Hello YouTube, it is Championdjk coming at you again with another weekly episode, and I'm actually filming this on like a Wednesday, so I'm filming it early. You're not going to see it till Saturday, but got some things going on this week and I'm not going to get a chance to probably do this, so figure I'd get her out of the way now. I've got some cool stuff coming, which obviously I do not have yet because I'm filming this so early. So we're just going to have to deal with what I got. But I did get some neat things. I did find these Hot Wheels Car Culture 2-packs. We got the Mercedes. We got the Chevy Borla Silverado dealy thingies. We've got the Skylines, which are probably the most popular, I would say, of the group. So I did pick these up reluctantly, I'm going to say. These are annoying. I'm going to be 100% honest with you. These, to me, are annoying. And I'm going to explain, I guess, more of why they're annoying in the second half of the video. But I'm not a fan, but I grabbed them anyway. So, whatever. And you can tell, you probably could guess why. The reason why for me is that there's duplicate cars in here that have already come out and there is no difference in those vehicles. So that's kind of why, all right? And I could see why any Hot Wheels collector would be slightly irritated with that fact. So we'll get into that more as we open them up. So there's that. All right. Next is I did find this. This is a Majorette 5-pack. I found this at a Meijer. It's a Majorette Porsche Edition 5-pack. Pretty neat, and I am actually excited. There's 2 exclusive vehicles in this, and I did already have this purple one on the end, but I did not have any of the other ones, so the other 4 cars are new to the collection, so I'm excited about that, but it's Majorette. So these are popping up at Meijer. Who would have known? So I am kind of excited to get into this. I'm not a huge Majorette guy, but their Porsche castings I am kind of a fan of, and you know, of course, I collect a lot of 164 Porsche diecast, so there's that. I did also find a couple of Matchbox. I found this at a Target. This one right here. Pretty cool, this VW Golf Rabbit, what have you. And then I also found this 62 Mercedes-Benz 220 SE. So I did find that guy as well. And that's a pretty cool one too. So those 2 I acquired, and then the rest here is mail. This, I got 2 Tomoe limited vintages in the mail. These came from my buddy Diecast. He ordered some Tomoe limited vintage and ordered some duplicates. So he ordered one of each of these for me, which is cool because I don't have either one of these in my collection, and now I got them. So thank you very much, Diecast, for the hookup on those. That's fantastic. Thank you very much. I did get a Lamborghini Diablo off of eBay, and this was a variation that I did not have. So I decided to go ahead and pick this up. There's some weird things going on with these. There's a pearlescent version, a metal flake version, and then there's wheel variations and stuff like that. I didn't have any of the 5-dot wheels. I think this one is more, I guess, the metal flake purple version. I think there still is like a pearl version as well. I don't know if that's just variations in the paint, like that wasn't an intended variation. I'm not really sure, but we're going to go ahead and open this one up. I'm going to add it to my Diablo collection, so I am somewhat excited about that. And then, other than that, I figured I would, time permitting, will open some other Johnny Lightning cars that I've got sitting out next to me right here. This one for sure I'm going to open. This is stuff that came in a huge box a while back. From a Facebook seller. I've been kind of trickling it into these weekly videos. So I'm going to open up this one for sure. The other ones I'm not sure of. We'll see how much time we got, how much time we're working with after getting through the other stuff. And so you won't get to preview it. If I show it, I show it. And if I don't, you'll see it in a future video anyway. So that's it for this week. Not a whole lot added to the collection. We've only, not a whole lot, but we still added, 3 2-packs. That's 6 cars right there. A 5-pack, that brings us up to 11. And then 12, 13, 14, 15, 16 cars. So not bad. That's more than a car a day. So, all right. So let's go ahead and flip the camera around. Let's take a look at this stuff up close. Let's talk about these 2-packs a little bit. And yeah. All right. So let's go ahead and do it. All right. So let's start this second segment off with these 2-packs. I believe these were priced at $12.99, which I guess makes sense. I mean, 2 car culture cars, you're looking at, $5.50 a piece. So, yeah, when you add the 2 cars together, it's a little bit more, right? It's a little bit more than 2 cars together because we did $11 for the other ones. These I think are $12.99. So that's annoyance, I guess. Number one is they're more expensive than buying 2 separate car culture cars. So, and you'd think you'd get, I don't know, you think they'd be cheaper, actually. The second thing that's annoying about it, and I don't want to sound like I'm complaining, but, this is how I feel, right? The packaging is obnoxiously large for the 2 cars. Yeah, it's kind of cool. They're sitting in the package at an angle, stuff like that. For you carded collectors, though, storing these is going to be slightly irritating. The packaging is actually bigger and wider than, the car culture team transport. So they're not going to even stack well, I don't think, with those. So that's another irritation. And then, the number one and the biggest flaw of the whole thing is that there's a repeat car in each one of these 2-packs. So you gotta likely, if you've been a Hot Wheels collector for a long time, you need to buy a car that you already have to get a car that is exclusive, at least so far, exclusive to this pack. And that's where I think most collectors are going to be the most furious, especially if you are a loose collector, because once you take these out of the package, which I'm going to do, there will be no difference between this car and a previous car culture release. So, and that is why, this is going to be irritating for some people. Now that's the cons. It's expensive. We get a repeat car, so you got to pay extra basically to get the one car you didn't have. The packaging is obnoxious, all that stuff. Now, there is some good things about it. The one good thing about them, the artwork's nice. So if you are a card collector, the rendering, the artwork is pretty cool. All right, that's really cool. The other good thing about it is if you missed out on this car, or this car, or this Silverado in the past, now you can go ahead and get these without paying eBay prices, which that is a kind of a big benefit, I suppose, and it probably will knock down the price of the originals. So that is a benefit. I mean, I guess that's it. That's it for benefits, really. The car art's nice. If you missed out on these cars in the first place, that's a good thing. And that's about it, as far as I'm concerned. This one's got some little extra to it because it's got the Larry Chen photographs on there. So that's a pretty cool feature, I guess, as well. So whatever. Let's go ahead and open them up. There are, of course, it's just all 3 of these. This is in the first wave. There is, from what I heard, there is going to be more waves of these 2-packs. This is not the last that we've seen of these. So interested to see what they're going to repeat. And I think that's going to be the going theme, is they are going to repeat vehicles in every release of these. You'll get one new one and one repeat. I think that is going to carry through any remaining releases of these. So here's your packaging. That's kind of cool, I guess, but again, it's huge. Here's the car that we've seen in car culture before. You guys will have to comment down below. I don't remember off the top of my head which car culture releases these were in. I don't really remember, to be honest, and that's okay. It's this was in some Euro one, whatever. It's a fantastic casting. It's great. Now there is going to be no difference from what I've heard, and I didn't grab out a car to verify, and I apologize about that, from a previous release. Thankfully, this is a really nice release that's getting re-released. The difference you will find, and the way you'll be able to tell when the car is loose, is you'll have to look at the production date code, which this is a P21. P is the year, which I believe is the year 2021. If not, it's 2020. And then 21 is the week within that year that it was produced. So I'm guessing it's this year, 2021, week number 21. So that is a way to differentiate, the only way that I know of, to differentiate this car from its previous release with the exact same deco. So I just don't want Hot Wheels to normalize re-releasing cars, because they do it already with like your retro entertainment, replica entertainment kind of stuff. They have re-released vehicles a few times without any differences, as far as I know. This one also has the P21. But you don't want it to be a normal thing. They've done it with Fast and the Furious as well. You just, as a collector, I just don't think it's smart for them to re-release these cars too many times. Yes, I know they'll sell and stuff like that, and they know they'll sell, but really a lot of times the secondary market, the second-hand market, is what drives in-store sales, right? So it's not just the people that want each car. The reason why they are desirable is because they have a perceived value on a secondhand market, or perceived to be able to go up in value from the original price you pay for them in the store. And when you start repeating cars and bringing down the value, the secondary market value of something, some people are happy about it because the car is more accessible. Some people are mad about it because they lose their investment, if that's, if that makes sense to you. And some people just collect, what they like. They don't care. And that's, honestly, probably the best way to do it, as far as less stressful way to do it. But, yeah, I'm just letting you know that's how people probably feel. All right. So this one's really nice. And for me, probably the highlight, actually, of this entire set is this car right here. I think it's better than any of the other pairs. And I think it's actually turned out quite nice. I like these rims, actually, on this car. I think it looks good. All right, so next let's do the Borla one. This one's probably the most boring one. I actually debated on even getting it, to be honest. But I figured since I finally came across all three in the store at once, I would just grab all three of them. It just caught me at the right time. So I went ahead and I did it. Here you go. Now, I like both these castings. You get the Silverado, and of course you get this now GMC Cyclone. The Cyclone's a really cool casting. It's the Borla livery that I really don't care about or care for. I mean, it looks okay. Red and black. It looks all right. But I believe this is an identical release from a previous release. And again, I don't have it out in handy to prove that. But again, the bottom here, P21, this is the production date code. That's how you will be able to tell the difference between one that came in a 2-pack and one that was packaged by itself. That would have been from a few years ago. I think it was from, I don't know if it was from Shop Trucks or what release it was from. Again, someone's going to comment down below. It'll probably be Derek, my buddy Doomis. He'll probably comment in the comments which releases of these came from, and if he does, I'll pin his comment. By the way, Derek, thank you very much. If you are watching this, you've been adding very, very valuable information to my YouTube channel by commenting some really good stuff. So if you ever check out the comments, look for him, because he is definitely a Hot Wheels expert and knows a lot more about this stuff than I do. But so he usually adds a lot of information to these videos, and that's very welcome. So here's this one here, GMC Cyclone. It looks pretty good with these wheels. It looks pretty decent, but again, it's not really remarkable because of this Borla livery. I'm just not a huge fan of that. We're getting some major flakage from the rivets here. That's what all this is. That's normal. Nothing to be alarmed about, but whatever. All right, so there's those two. And then lastly, this is definitely the set that's the most popular, right? It's JDM Skylines, and some nice ones at that. This HKS was a very popular one when it came out, so undoubtedly there is some people that probably did miss out on getting this car, and now they're going to have a chance to grab it. Probably same with the Silverado too. There is some people that probably did miss out on that, and now they're getting a chance to grab it. So that is a positive thing. And then you got this one in just a plain red, and that looks good too. So two of the exact same casting. These are both R32s, and honestly the R32, I think the R32 is my favorite Skyline. I always debate on that back and forth, like which one I think is my favorite, and honestly I think that I gravitate towards the R32 for whatever reason. I don't know, the shape of it maybe. I just like it. So here it is, the HKS Super Oil. So this is one that we have seen come out prior. Again, we're going to have that P21 date code, and that's how you're going to differentiate if you're a loose collector. I mean, it is a really cool piece, right? As far as I know, besides that date code, I don't think there's any other difference. If I'm wrong, someone will definitely let me know. But this is a cool piece. It's definitely cool. You know, if you didn't already have it, now you can get it in this 2-pack. And then you also get this red car. But of course, the red car is the reason why I got it, because it's the one I did not have. And it's a nice looking version of this casting, definitely. Good wheel choice, all that stuff. Of course, we get full deco like we do with Car Culture with these releases. And it's definitely a nice looking red car. What does that say? Wow, cool. I don't know what that's referring to. Is that to the real car that was pictured? Maybe, probably. But definitely a neat release. So now that I have these open, final thoughts on these 2-packs before we move on is that, yeah, there's some pros. Yeah, there's some cons. I don't like them repeating cars. I don't want that to be a normal thing that happens with Hot Wheels, is that a car will be out for a few years and then they will re-release it. I get it that they do it with the pop culture kind of things, the retro replica entertainment stuff. In that case, I think it does make sense because there's not many variations you can put out of those castings without, you know, not being true to the original like reference that they are. Like, you can't, Batmobiles in red, you know, look goofy. So you're not going to do that in a replica entertainment. So you need to put out the Batmobile as it appeared on screen. So that's when I think it makes sense to be re-releasing things. Greenlight does it with their Hollywood releases as well. So that's when I think it makes sense. But with this kind of stuff, I just don't want that to be normalized. You guys let me know in the comments if this is a good thing or a bad thing. And, you know, it's going to continue to happen. I'm going to tell you that right now. From what I've heard, there's going to be some more stuff coming out that in 2-packs where you're going to see some repeats. All right, let's go ahead and get into this Porsche edition multi-pack. So speaking of, you know, I guess people that put out things in multiple packaging, so I guess we can say that about this. Obviously, this is a multi-pack, right, of Majorettes. And out of the 5 cars, there's only 2 that are actually exclusive to the pack, right? So the other ones would have been available to people in single packs were you able to find them. Now, Majorette's not a popular brand in my area of the world, and therefore, you know, I didn't have any of these besides the purple one, and I think someone sent me the purple one. So I wouldn't have it had not someone sent it to me. So these are all basically new to me. And I'm just kind of peeling off the bottom here, so I apologize about the showing you all of this. But so these are actually rubber banded to the base, which should be, by all means, pretty easy to remove. I'm just finding one of these guys. This usually does a good job. I'll try that. Try just snipping the rubber bands. Yep. Boom. Boom. There's one car. And this makes some pretty quick work. You could just take the rubber band off it looks like it would just come off of this. Actually, maybe that's what we'll do. Yep, that just came off. I guess you could just do this. Maybe that's easier than cutting them. You still got to get them off of the wheels. So I'm sorry for taking you guys along on this boring ride here, taking this out of the packaging, but what can you do? No sense in cutting it now. All right. So we got our cars off of there at least. And these bands should come off. What the heck? Why is this not coming off? How many times is this wrapped around the wheel? All right, well, now I got a knot here. Well, that is superbly annoying. That one's cut, but it's still got some bandage wrapped around. So we'll do that. How many times are these wrapped around? 3 times? 3 times around the one wheel. Oh, man. This is worse than those little twisty tie things. I think I'm just going to show these to you without getting all the bands off because it's just going to take too long and I don't feel like cutting the video. So this is an exclusive one to the pack. If you're not familiar with the Majorette stuff, it's pretty decent. It's not exactly 1/64 scale. Oftentimes they do, however, have like opening door features and stuff like that. They've got suspension to them, which is also kind of a cool thing. And a lot of times they'll also have lights that appear to be inserted. They're usually part of the windshield piece, but they do look pretty good. This says it's in 1/57 scale, so a pretty decent Porsche. They do a lot of Porsche stuff. This one I've already had. It's a pretty nice little Majorette in purple. Looks good. Again, with the opening doors. They do a great job with the opening doors and stuff like that. So yeah, 3 times. 3 times around the one wheel. And yeah, that's a bit of a challenge, but we did it. This yellow Porsche, pretty cool. Is this the other one that's exclusive to the pack? GT3 RS. Yeah, this is the other one that's exclusive to the pack. Yeah, this rubber band situation, though, very annoying. And cutting them was definitely the right way to go. So if you get one of these packages, go ahead and cut the rubber bands. Don't try to pull them off that cardboard like that. It's much easier to take them off if you just cut them. Pretty nice. I've got a few examples of this caching. These wheels are ugly, but all right. Opening features, the headlights, you got taillights there, all that good stuff. We'll just end up cutting this one off. This is what is this one? The Porsche 718 Boxster. This one's got a removable, I believe it's a removable. Yeah, I think that's removable. I'm not going to remove it though. It's got a removable rag top you can take off. So that's its opening feature. Therefore, it does not have any opening doors. This one does have suspension as well. It's in kind of a pretty color blue. That's a nice looking car, I think. The wheels look pretty good. Definitely an improvement over these ones. And then we got this guy, the Porsche Panamera Turbo. I mean, this is just a mess. Did you see that? How many times do we have to wrap it around the axle? I mean, just irritating. I mean, if kids get this stuff, you're going to have your parents help you with this. And they'll be frustrated, without a doubt. This one's wrapped around like 100 times, it seems. I feel like I'm just going to, whatever. We're going to deal with that later. In police, a police version of this car. So stupid. Got it. Suspension, bent axles probably now from tugging on that so hard. But yeah, there you have it. All right, so that's Majorette. Majorette, as you guys know, not often used here. I actually just got a low battery warning on my phone. Uh-oh, we're going to have to speed this up. Let's do some Matchbox real quick. Real basic retro rabbit. I like this line from Matchbox. I think that's a cool thing at Target. Cool retro looking liveries. This one's pretty cool. Rompin' Racing Team. VW Golf. GTI. That's pretty awesome. And then this guy here is pretty cool too. I actually don't think we're going to have time for the Johnny Lightning stuff. We'll see. My phone is going to die. Which I need to replace the battery in this dang thing. Mercedes. That's pretty cool. I've seen this casting, I think, once before. Looks pretty good. Nice little, I guess, paired up with this guy. Definitely seeing the premium in this one. It's a nice casting. All right, there's that. Lamborghini Diablo. This one's boring to most people, but hey, I collect the casting. I'm getting closer and closer to completing it, so that'll be a feat accomplished when that's over with. This, I think, is the pearl version, judging by how it looks on camera here. There's like a straight purple metal flake, and then there's kind of a pearlescent metal flake. I think this is the pearlescent version, so that's how I'm going to check it off on my list. I think it's going to be tricky to get the other one. So there's that. And then we got some Tomoe Limited Vintage. So these came from, again, Diecast. I don't think they came from Japan Booster, though. He got them shipped from somewhere else. Because I don't think Japan Booster, for some reason, I don't think will sell to him in Romania. So he's had to go to somewhere else to get them shipped directly to me. I'm not really sure what he's doing here, but he found some other seller that would ship to his U.S. address, which is my address. And this is LVN 244A. This is a brand new release from Tomoe Limited Vintage. I did not get any of these wagons, but I'm really glad that he ended up grabbing me one because this looks absolutely beautiful in this blue with the wood grain. That's the thing about these cars, like when they advertise these things, the pictures rarely do them justice, especially the colors. The renderings or whatever that they put on the packaging rarely does the car any justice as far as how it looks. It just doesn't. Just because the colors are never quite right. So this looks absolutely fantastic in the flesh. So I am liking that a lot. Look at those wheels. Look at those headlights. Look at all the detail there. It just looks great, which you would expect from a car in this price point. These are typically about $20 or so, brand new, a piece, plus whatever the shipping is. And if you don't live in Japan, of course, the shipping is going to be somewhat expensive because you're getting international shipping. That window on this thing is just angled just right to give you a bunch of glare. But yeah, suspension on these two. Look at that thing dropped. That's cool. So definitely happy to add that one to the collection. And then we got a Mazda RX-7 GTX, which I did not have this one. I have a version of this casting. I think the one I have is in white. Ooh. So these don't normally come in these plastic protectors. Normally that's a Japan Booster thing, but whoever this seller is, who I don't think is Japan Booster, gets them sent that way. Also, they normally, I don't think, have this weird sticker on the back. So that must be market specific to wherever these were actually sold. So there's that. There's a look at the little spoiler on the bottom there. That is something you have to put on yourself should you choose to do it. And I, of course, will not choose to do it because it's obnoxious to have to do that. Might be easier than putting on side mirrors, but yeah, somewhat obnoxious. So look at this thing. So this is kind of odd. It's got the center caps are black. The wheels, I don't know. I don't even remember seeing this one come out in red. But after I got the one version of the casting, I wasn't really after getting any more. I have it in white, though, but I think this red one actually looks quite a bit better. So I am actually glad to have it. So definitely cool there. So nice couple additions to my my Tomoe limited vintage collection, which, you know, gradually grows. Some months more than others. It's very tempted, you know. It's a brand that's cool to collect, but definitely expensive to collect if you want to try to get everything. So if you try to back catalog and get everything, good freaking luck, because at least in my country, that's not going to be very easy. Probably not in Japan either. They're just limited. The older releases are tougher to find. All right, so there's that. And then lastly, as promised, we will open this Johnny Lightning real quick, and this will be the final thing we do today. We got some gasser facts if you want to read those. This is limited to 1 of 3,750. This is a 2-pack from Johnny Lightning. These are only available in this 2-pack, not in any other format, which is good. And let's see what we got. A 41 Willys Coupe and a 33 Willys Coupe. Interesting combination nonetheless, because we do have some different things going on. So this first, the Willie the Kid, Las Vegas, Nevada. Very cool looking car. I love the color of it. The color is a nice deep red metal flake, like a wine red. And then we have a metal body. We do have plastic tires. So this thing would cruise down a downhill track if you wanted to do that. But definitely really cool. So I like this actually quite a bit. And then we got this guy. Now this one has a metal base too, metal body, but it also has rubber tires, which gives it a little bit of an extra cool factor. It's an Air Force livery. One of the wheels is a little bit wonky, but that's definitely fixable. Both of them are actually a little bit wonky out of the package, but both of that is fixable. There's some flashing on this, I can tell. And that is a fixable issue. I'm not going to do it on camera. We just don't have time. Like I said, the camera is probably going to die any second now, so we're going to try to exit this video pretty quick here. But yeah, that is a fixable issue, and then I probably will eventually take the time to solve the problem. But it looks good. It's in a Zamac, basically, with clear coat. So it's like a raw with a clear coat. And that looks really good, aside from the wheel. So really cool little pair of releases there. And that's going to be it for today, guys. Hopefully you enjoyed this video. There wasn't too much crazy stuff to look at, but we did spend a long time talking about these 2-packs. I am very interested in your opinions on those. So please put it in the comments down below how you're feeling about those 2-packs and what you think about them. As far as I know, they're exclusively available at Targets, so that may be another factor as to whether you think they're cool or not. I don't know. But you guys let me know in the comments down below. Again, love hearing what you have to say. And thank you guys very much. We'll check you out. We'll see you in the next video. All right, thanks. Bye.